Hey everybody, this is Clay, the Average Gamer. Tonight I am bringing you a game of domination on Kowloon, one of the newer maps. First gameplay I think I've posted on Kowloon. But what I'm going to start off with tonight is something a little different than what I normally will. Tonight you will see that I am running a Hellboy emblem on my FAMAS. I think the most likes that I've actually got on a video, including my emblem videos, which has had several hundred views, is like 8. Guys, if you guys watch this video and make it through this part, give it a thumbs up. If I can get 30 thumbs ups for this video, I'm going to go ahead and post this emblem of Hellboy that I had originally intended on keeping for my own and not posting up how to. I'm going to go ahead and post it up on YouTube. I know there are not not many, if any, Hellboy emblems, and from what I've seen, this is by far the best Hellboy emblem that there is available on YouTube. So, again, 30 likes, and I'm going to go ahead and post that. Second, right here, you're going to see I had to take a whacking from this dude across the way, but this is my first, I think this is honestly my first game that I tried using tactical inserts. And I got so frustrated with the spawns and how once I would die, I would run, I mean, I would spend so much time trying to get back to the point where I'd originally come from, typically B-Dom. I mean, you'll notice here I drop a tac insert right at B-Dom every time, just because of the fact of how valuable B-Dom tends to be in a game of domination. Guys, man, this class I got set up I think is pretty darn good for an average gamer and playing domination. Just to kind of go over my class here, first of all, my first perk that I have chosen is Flak Jacket Pro. Which you will see me take multiple grenade hits throughout this game that I'm able to survive because of that. Second, I've got Sleight of Hand Pro. Typically, this is what I run. I've recently tried to use Scout Pro, which allows you to switch between your primary and secondary more often. But I still find with me, you know, Sleight of Hand's my go-to second perk. It really is. It comes in handy even though it is quicker to switch to a secondary. I still find myself running out of bullets on my primary even more often. And so, anyway, I try to use that Sleight of Hand Pro as much as I can. The third perk that I have is Tactical Mask Pro. And again, whenever you find yourself laying on flags or trying to plant bombs or defuse a bomb, people that really know how to use that Nova gas, or even whenever you're entering a gunfight with a flash or a concussion grenade, you know, Tactical Mask Pro is absolutely awesome. It basically rends their concussion grenades and their tactical grenades useless. And so I think those 3 perks work very well for my playstyle and for these particular objective games, like domination. Second, tonight, you know, was one of those games where I got on a very good team, and you know, everything worked right. It was one of those things where every time I pulled up my gun, I was on target. And there's something to be said for that. There's something to be said for having that confidence. Once you start going, once you start getting on a roll and start picking up kills and working on those kill streaks, you know, it's hard to beat. And it's just like, I guess, really with any sport, it's hard to beat just good momentum, really, you know. And that's kind of what I had going for me this night. I think I probably recorded a few games this evening that I actually ended up doing very well on. You know, and I took a lot of I took a lot of advice that I find just from watching people on YouTube, and one of those is, if you're injured, um, run away. You don't have to sit and fight a battle that's a losing battle. Second, finding cover. Honestly, I watched through this game a lot before I started commentating it, and there's a lot of times I find myself in a battle where I have some good cover. And there's a lot of times in these battles where I see somebody, and this is probably a prime example here, where I'm in a battle, and I decide that the best thing for me to do, it's a losing situation. I need to go ahead and get out of there. Next real thing I kind of wanted to just mention is just the map itself. Kowloon is one of these maps that are just filled with levels, and it never seems like whenever you turn a corner that there's enough, that there's more than enough areas to look at, and a lot of times they're overlooked. There's windows, there's doors, there's third stories. It's just very difficult. But typically in a game like this, I would be much more cautious than I found myself being this evening. There was another guy that was running some really high kill streaks and able to pull them off. He had the helicopter, he had the dogs, and honestly, he was tearing this team up. And as a result, we ended up tearing the other team up. And I guess that really kind of brings me to another subject. The choice of kill streaks. The fact is I don't really like running high kill streaks. I love being able to get the high kill streaks, but at the same time, I also like being able to consistently get my kill streaks. And a lot of times, I think that the spy plane and counter spy plane, which are two that I always run. The third one is always negotiable, but the spy plane and counter spy plane are two that I always run, and the reason is they are highly beneficial for your team. I mean, spy plane, 70% of the people aren't running Ghost, so you get a glimpse at where 70% of the enemies are on the map. And second, counter spy plane is a very easy kill streak to get. And it is the only kill streak that can counter a Blackbird, which is by far the best kill streak in the game. And so I always have a counter spy plane equipped whenever I can. Now, the last thing, guys, I wanted to talk to you average gamers about is, gun choice. For me, my go-to gun is the Moss. I really enjoy it. There's something about it that it just seems to really work well for me. I like the recoil, I like the fire rate, I like the damage. There's not much about the gun that I don't like, and a lot of guns that are overused or used a lot, they get a bad rap. The fact is that all these guns that are put in the game, I mean, they're fairly balanced. Definitely a lot more balanced than previous Call of Duty games. So, don't be afraid, regardless of what people say, to run the AK-7 for you. If that's what you feel comfortable with. Don't be afraid to run the FAMAS if that's what you feel comfortable with. I mean, I hate the AK-7 for you. It's not because of the way people feel about it. It's just the fact that I don't do well with it. The assault rifles, all of them, I feel like I do really well with. The AUG, I love the AUG. I love the AK-47. I love the Commando. I mean. And of course, my go-to gun is the Moss. So, don't be afraid to, if you find yourself comfortable with a gun, go ahead and use that. I think you'll find that it'll end up being very beneficial to you. Anyway, guys, don't forget, 30 thumbs up, you get a brand new Hellboy emblem video. Hope you guys like the gameplay. I hope you guys like the commentary. If so, feel free to rate, comment, or subscribe. Guys, until next time, this is the Average Gamer. I'm out. Peace.